Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. So today you guys, we're going to be starting a little mini series on my channel. We're going to be doing some small bedroom decorating ideas, and this is episode 1. So we're in my daughter's bedroom. She is in college now, so she wanted me to make over her room and give it a more of a mature kind of grown-up vibe. So that's what we're going to be doing in this series, is making over her small bedroom. So so today in this video we are going to be painting it, and then we're also going to be adding some decorative trim to kind of liven up the space. So yeah, you see me here just going ahead and vacuuming up the floor, just preparing before they come and clean her carpet and things like that. But before we get started, this portion of the video is sponsored by Skillshare. So Skillshare is an online learning community for creative people like you and me who just love to learn about all kinds of different things. So they have several classes that you can take on a variety of topics. They have classes on interior design, they have classes on photography, they have classes on productivity, and then they also have some classes on web design and logo design. So if you're on the business side of things. So I always kind of tend to lean towards the lifestyle classes because I always try to figure out a way to make my home better, because I love decorating, I love taking care of my home. So those are the classes that I tend to lean towards on Skillshare. So the classes are very affordable. It's really very inexpensive. The classes are not long at all. So the class that I took this time was called Happy Houseplant. The author of the class was called Chris Satch, and he also owns a company in New York where he goes and take care of the maintenance and houseplants and things like that for his clients. So in this class, he basically teaches you how to choose the right house plant, talks to you about different lighting that different varieties of plants may need. He also talks to you about how to care for your plants, and then also give you some pointers to in helping you choose the perfect house plant. First 1,000 people to click my link down below, we get a 1-month free trial to Skillshare. And thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. Okay, you guys, so now let's get into the video. So one quick and easy way that you can revitalize any space or just refresh any space would be just to change the coat of paint or change the paint color in a room. So different paint colors can give different moves, and then it also can add a different vibe to a space. So we came into Lowe's to find some paint color for her room. We already knew that we wanted to more of like a earthy kind of neutral palette, but so we wanted something that's going to be soft and elegant and just kind of add a nice little wow factor to the room without being overpowering. So we decided to go with a blush pink color, but we're going to use a more muted blush pink. So the color that we ended up choosing for her overall walls in her room is this color on the far right. It's called Champagne Glee. It's just a really nice soft muted blush pink, and I really like it because sometimes it can look like a neutral cream, and then sometimes it looks blush pink. And then for her accent color, it's going to be that little one that I have a star by it. That's going to be the accent color that we're going to paint her molding in her room. Now, before you start any paint job, you always want to make sure you prep your area. So I'm just putting down this little tarp map on the area I'm going to be painting. That way I don't drip paint all over the carpet. I did take some blue painter's tape and go ahead and tape around the baseboards just to make sure I don't spill any paint on that. And then the paint that we're using the Valspar Paint and Primer 2000, and then we're also using the Valspar Signature Paint. And they both are in the finish of flat, because we have flat paint on the rest of the walls in the house, so we just kind of went with the same thing. So before you start painting, you're going to need some rollers. So these brushes I already had in my garage. I just have these two. I think these brushes are called Woodbridge, but I could be wrong. But I have one in the 2.5 inch and then one in the 2 inch. And then I have these little mini rollers here. I like using these little mini rollers because for me it's easier for me to use and guide, and it doesn't hurt my wrist with the heavier rollers do. So this is her paint color right here. As you can see, it's a really nice soft muted color. See, in the camera right here, it kind of looks like a cream color, but it really is a nice pretty soft blush pink. So because this room is small, it didn't take us no time at all to get this room painted. I think we actually got it done in less than 2 hours. So what my daughter did was she went in and cut in all of around the ceiling and the edges and all of that stuff, and then I went ahead and just kind of rolled out the center parts, and then I actually painted the baseboards at the bottom as well. So you definitely want to tag team it up and get a partner. That way they kind of work on one area and you work on another area. That way you can get it done a lot sooner. Now you have to keep in mind too, when selecting a paint color, make sure you try to find out the undertones that it has in the paint. Also, you want to make sure you look at that paint or get a small sample. That way you'll be able to see what it looks like in all types of light, because different lighting does affect the look of the paint. And then we only had to put on the walls in here, just one coat. We did have to go back in and actually touch up a few spots that we missed, because we do have textured walls. So sometimes you can't see all of the spots that you miss until it actually completely dries. And then you can kind of go back in and see all of the textured spots that still need paint on it. So for this space, we're going to be incorporating a lot of transitional styles, some modern, a little bit of glam, and then also a few maybe wood tones in this space. So that's the look and the vibe that we kind of going for in this room. We just want it to be a nice, comfortable space. So that's what we're going to do. When you're decorating your bedroom, you always want to think about what kind of vibe you want in there. And I always want the space to be relaxing, a place where you can go and chill and just unwind. So I always try to go for making the bedrooms be a lot more cozy. But as you can see here, this is what the paint color is looking like so far. It's absolutely gorgeous. I love the muted blush pink color that is given. It just gives a nice refresh to the space. And then we also going to paint her doors too. So we going to paint her doors because they definitely need a little touch up. So yeah, so here we're just going ahead and take this blue painter's tape off. You always want to pull that off when the paint is still wet. That way you don't have to worry about your paint chipping or anything at the bottom. And then now I'm just going to go ahead and start painting the baseboards. And then for painting the baseboards, I'm just going to use what I already had in my garage. This is Pro Classic by Sherwin-Williams, and it's just a nice white semi-gloss paint, and that's what I use for the rest of the baseboards in my house as well. So we are almost done with painting her walls and her baseboards. So now I want to add a decorative molding to her wall. One way to spruce up a boring wall is to add some molding to it. You can do board and batten, you can do picture frame molding, you can do traditional molding, but I was inspired by this picture right here off of Pinterest. I love how they have the wood slates to one side, and then I love this one here where they use the natural wood elements as an accent wall as well. So that's what we're going to do here. We're going to try to create something similar in her room just to add a little special touch to her wall. So I went to Home Depot and I picked up some wood pieces. These, I always go to Home Depot because they have a pile of wood that sometimes that is on clearance, and I got these wood pieces for 75% off. So they were like $3.80 each, and then normal regular price is like $11 each. So that was a steal. So I found 5, and I don't know if 5 is going to be enough. I might need to add a few more pieces, but we're going to just go ahead and get started anyway with this and get this painted and see how it looks. And then if I need to add more pieces later on, I'll add more pieces. But like I said, I was inspired to add a slate design or wood slated design on this wall just to kind of give it a little bit of something extra. And then once all of the decor and everything is in here, you will see how everything flows together. Now the wood that we did have to cut it down. We cut it down to 96 inches long, and I believe the wood is about 2 inches wide. So we did cut it down a little bit just so it can be able to fit snug on right above the baseboards. So I'm just taking my nail gun, and my husband is just helping me out holding this in place, making sure the wood pieces are all leveled and each one of them have the same amount of spacing in between each. And so this is what it's looking like so far, you guys, and I love how it has turned out. So now I'm just going to go ahead and add some paint to it. For the molding, I wanted to add some contrast to the wall, so I didn't want it to blend in with the wall, but just show that I wanted something to kind of make it pop or make it stand out. So I found a color that was like maybe 30% darker than the shade that's on the wall. So I'll leave this paint color across the screen because it's very difficult to pronounce, but it's a blush pink, but it's kind of like a more taupey blush. So it has a darker undertone to it. You guys are enjoying this video. If you are, please give me a big thumbs up. It really helps out my channel a lot. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Trina. I love to share home decor inspiration with you all. So if you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that red subscribe button so you don't miss any of my uploads. And to all of my beautiful subscribers, hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. So you guys, like I said, this is going to be a little mini series here on the channel, this bedroom makeover. So make sure you turn on your post notifications so you don't miss any of my uploads, because we have tons of videos left in this little mini series. I got a couple of decor hauls and everything, so I definitely want you to be definitely don't want you to miss any of my uploads. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is how everything has turned out so far, you guys. We're still going to add to it, but I thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.